everybody, it's Chugga Conroy, and welcome to Let's Play Yoshi's Woolly World, a simply adorable platformer and seen by many as the successor to Kirby's Epic Yarn, another excellent game. But this is actually a standalone adventure with no relation to that other than taking the art style and turning it up to 19! Yeah, it's one of those undeniable charm games full of cute moments and creative visuals. I love this art style, and you can bet that's going to be a huge, huge talking point for me, for better or for worse. If you're a fan of Yoshi's Island, this is definitely something for you. There's a lot of debate over whether most Yoshi games are actually good, but no debate here. This is widely accepted to be something worthy of the name, worthy of the character, and I definitely have to agree. But there's only so much I can say about a title screen, like how you have those creative waves over there being crumpled paper, and then just, well, really, that was the only thing I had to say about the title screen that you couldn't already tell from everything I'd already said, so, I was right, there is only so much you can say about a title screen. Let's get this started. Yoshi's Woolly World. If you're a fan of challenge in your platformers, oh, I've got some good news for you, because the kid gloves come off right away, but I'm not personally a fan of the way that they come off. Why is that? Well, it presents you with the hardest decision of your life right away. These file icons are not mere product placement peanuts. No, they are not. The save file you choose is your starter Yoshi. The other two colors that you don't select must be unlocked at a later time. If you share a system with a sibling, first come, first serve, you snooze, you lose, get in your pick first, and all that jazz. I like all of these Yoshis, and I hate to disappoint any of these faces, because they're all so cute. However, there can be only one, and I think it would be kind of wrong to not go with the classic green to start out. We also have two difficulties to choose from. Classic mode is the standard normal difficulty meant for more experienced players, and because there always has to be one, the designated you suck feature of this Nintendo platformer is Mellow Mode. It makes the game a little breezier and relaxed. Because he's wearing wings? Yeah. Well, we are going to be using, believe it or not, Mellow Mode. Hear me out. You can switch the game mode whenever you feel like it. There is no penalty. You can switch difficulties whenever if it's a little too hard or a little too easy, which I like, and I consider this probably one of the better examples of a you suck mode. Which sounds really bad that I'm calling it that. Seriously, no shame if you have to use it, but I'm just digging myself a hole here. I'd like to demonstrate what this is like because I think it's one of the better examples, and I don't think anyone's expecting me to get a lot of challenge out of the first level, so we'll switch it off when the first level's over. Promise. Beyond that, we have a few control options. A style is more akin to modern-day platformers, whereas B style is a lot more like Yoshi's Island veteran style. I'm gonna go with A. And we also have patient and hasty. I'm gonna go into what that means a little bit later, but I've never waited for anything in my life without complaining, so I'm going with hasty. You know how I am. Welcome to Craft Island, a tiny place in the middle of the handmade ocean. Life here for the Yoshi clan is nothing but peaceful and leisurely. Or rather, it had been nothing but peaceful and leisurely until...
Hello, little Yoshis! Sorry to drop in so suddenly, but I need to turn you all into yarn. Thanks!
Ha! Joke's on you, I'm already made out of... Oh.
At this rate, I'll be here through lunch. Come on, I'm busy. Everyone becomes yarn!
There, this should be plenty. Well, I'd better get back. Toodles.
That's quite enough! I've had it with you annoying Yoshis!
There's still hope. As Kamek flies away, he drops a handful of yarn. A rather important Yoshi meeting is held.
What do we do to save the others? We need to get that yarn back. Hurry, after that naughty trickster.
And so, another grand Yoshi adventure begins. Will they be able to knit their friends back together? Onward, Yoshis. Kamek just skinned them all alive. That is what happened here. This art style is totally the way it is to preserve the E rating, so this is not the M-rated extreme version of Yoshi. Well, we are the green Yoshi, as proprietated before, if that's even proper. However, we start with not one Yoshi, but two. By selecting him, we rip off our wings and we put them on him. He can become our protagonist. This whole game is 2-player, and Red Yoshi would be player 2 if you were to go for it, unless, of course, you switch. Kinda nice that they do that from the start. There are some various other features of this, shall we say, quilty circle, but we'll get into those a little bit later. For now, we're just gonna spring into action! The first pun I didn't make, nor the second, had nothing to do with fabric, and, you know, you'd kind of expected to have to do a lot with fabric because it gives me a lot of material to work with. Heard that one before? Okay, I'm sorry. We're gonna go into 1-1, Yarn Yoshi Takes Shape. And we're gonna be playing by ourselves, because it's kind of my thing. Starting off, we see that this Grassland is not very green. I appreciate you playing with the tropes and making it a bit more autumny. It's very, very pretty right away, and I just like looking into the background at times to see how nice it looks. Yoshi is a bit of a shapeshifter. As we run, by double tapping, his legs turn into wheels. It's kind of cool. What you need to know, make eggs, and throw eggs. That's a Shy Guy and a Piranha Plant, two of the most basic enemies we'll be finding. These are your hint blocks. They tell you the things that I just told you, but I wanted to show it no less because it's kind of nice that they bothered to draw the wings on if you're playing in Mellow Mode. It's one of the few differences. Speaking of Mellow Mode, well, not speaking of Mellow Mode, I wanted to kind of go over the collectibles a little bit. Beads are essentially your equivalent of coins, and flowers, there are 5 hidden in each stage. They're necessary for 100% completion. But going on to Mellow Mode, you are able to essentially have a powered-up flutter jump. You don't really gain much height from doing this, but you don't really lose any either. It's not super easy compared to how things normally are, where you just have a regular flutter jump, and that's part of why I feel like it is one of the better examples of an easy mode. I could see somebody thinking that it makes the game more fun, and without it being overpowered too. In fact, I kind of wish that this wasn't tied to easy mode and that there were levels designed around having the wings. Would be interesting, and if I may make this the first time that I appreciate the excellent theming, I like how there's crocheting needles holding up these crocheted platforms, and there's actually a reason everything looks the way it does. On another note, that bead right there had a bit of a stamp icon on it when I collected it. There are 20 beads hidden in every stage that have those icons on them. What do those do? Well, they give you Miiverse stamps, and you may or may not know that Miiverse is a feature of yesteryear that no longer exists. As a result of that, I'm not going to be collecting every single one of those. I will be getting 100% in every single other way. I'll be getting all the flowers, I'll be getting all the other collectibles, but I don't see any point in doing that. There's no way of knowing if it's a stamp bead unless you've already collected it and are playing the stage again. They blend in with the other ones, and honestly, they're my least favorite type of collectible to get. I don't enjoy getting them all, and if we can't even use the Miiverse stamps for any reason, there's no actual purpose to collecting them all anymore. So that's going to be the one type of collectible we're not going to worry about. Of course, because it's me, that doesn't change the fact that I'm still going to run over and collect every bead, even though I don't need to. Because, I don't know about you, but I can't leave the little things behind, okay? I think about how lonely they'll be. That's a checkpoint. All enemies on screen when you grab a checkpoint will turn into hearts. Hearts, of course, are your health. Don't worry, that health meter, not every one of those is a single hit. There's different damage ranges for different things, a la Mario 64. Go ahead and throw these. Grab myself a Prezi, get myself the 4th flower. And for meeting the ground, I thankfully did not get the, you know, broken up, very unpleasant stuff coming out of my hind end that I probably would in real life. No, I got big yarn balls out of it, and they have some different properties. You might have seen me using them already, where I was able to make it pass through objects and hit multiple things, which didn't happen there because I hit the block. I was trying to show eggs ricochet a little bit, but maybe another time. You can catch eggs as they're ricocheting with your tongue and collect them again. It's a really good thing to do when you don't know when you're going to get more eggs. I like the little sounds he makes. Hit that. And we see just how much power we have. We're able to make a huge, ginormous flower. I'll take you. And I believe you should. No, you do not give me a big egg, actually. I'll top myself up. Oh, that was kind of bad. In some situations, you might see things like this, kind of hinting that there's invisible objects. If an egg overlaps with it or you overlap with it, it'll make it visible. That was cheap, come on! Okay, I guess that teaches me a lesson now, don't it? If you have not fully spawned in a platform yet, maybe wait for it to fully load in before you go over to it. You're a big boy, ain't you? Hit that, get even more beads. I like kind of keeping a Shy Guy in my mouth whenever I can help it, or really just anything in my mouth in general, because sometimes spitting stuff out at enemies is a lot more efficient than taking aim with your eggs. There we get a 5th bundle of yarn. Yet another type of collectible, and then heading over, get 3 more of those stamps, and wouldn't you know it, sure as I didn't get a flower. I didn't get a flower. No, 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 we are not doing this. I'm going back, I'm finding me that flower. Aha! Oh. That was also kind of bad. There was a hidden thingy on this flower, and it's not what we're... Whoopee, look, a whole Meaver stamp just for me. Aha! It was inside of another sunflower the entire time! It makes sense on a reproduction level, even if Yoshi's anatomy does not. We'll rush toward this, and if you hop through right when it's, yes, on a flower, it is the ideal scenario that one wants to aim for. We get some little fireworks, giving even more beads, and we're going to the bonus game. On the results screen, health is tracked, flowers are tracked, and those bundles of wool are also tracked. And I guess Meaver stamps are also tracked. At least the results screen still cares. And we start! In these bonus games, alternatively to collecting it with your body, you can also collect these fruits with your tongue. I did not realize that for a long time, because when I see wooden objects, I don't think go licking them. Just me? Okay. Eat all the fruit you can handle, and they translate into beads. For clearing the first stage in Mellow Mode only, a power badge is unlocked that enables course skipping. The stage is too challenging, 2,000 beads will skip the level. But of course, only in Mellow Mode. And we prove that we've been collecting the skins of our dead friends this entire time and performing seances to bring them back to life because we have brought back Flower Yoshi. The Yoshi hut has just appeared on Craft Island. Who's in there? Is it Yoshi? Is Yoshi in Yoshi's hut? Is it this Yoshi who's in Yoshi's hut? Probably not, because he's standing right here. Is it Red Yoshi, because he was back there? And he thought he'd hide inside? No, it's not Red Yoshi. Is it me? Am I inside Yoshi's hut? That sounds really creepy now that I say it in that particular way. Please discard that. Inside the Yoshi hut is a nice, convenient little menu that enables selection of any Yoshi color that one's heart desires. Starter Yoshi and the Player 2 Red Yoshi are in the middle, and this does not even begin to convey the absurd number of Yoshi colors and costumes that there are. I'm not kidding. There's so many more than there are these little stands here. I don't know if there's any sort of tracking of how many Yoshi forms there are in each Yoshi game, but this one easily takes the cake. I cannot imagine that there are any more of them. We will be seeing them all, and with due time, I think we'll do that. We're gonna switch into classic mode right now, just as I promised. No need to play in mellow mode any further. And going into 1-2, Bounce About Woods. Beads are exchanged for power badges. As more stages are cleared, more of these become available. Clear the Course is the only one available, and I can't even purchase it because we're not in mellow mode. Really helpful. Beads do not do anything else. Spend them on the power-ups that your heart contends, and there is no reward for having a certain count of beads either. No need to collect them, just spend them as you want. I'm excited to bounce about these woods. Got some sprunginess right off the bat, and I see 2 eggs right there. I don't even see them as human beings. I see them as eggs for my own ends. I see them as sweet, caloric nutrients for me to reproduce so that I may murder more of them by throwing my unborn children at them. That's some hardcore stuff right there. Never even mind the art style masking Yoshi's sinister, world right here. All right, so we're gonna bounce around a little bit more. This music is so upbeat and cheerful. Maybe I'll let you hear it. Not be the grandest Yoshi or Mario soundtrack out there or any of that, but it's pretty darn great, and there's gonna be a lot of songs that I'm gonna want you to hear because they're so nice. Really great soundtrack, fits in just nicely with the kind of game that it is. And as you can see, I have my regular flutter jump now that we're in classic mode. Oh, whoa, that was quite a thingy there, now wasn't it? Whoa, no, come back here. Need every single little heart I can get because I want to get good rankings at the end of the stages. Wow, I didn't even... Death by birthday. That was kind of funny that it just crushed them right there. I wasn't even expecting it to do that. Another thing about Yoshi is that it has very silly enemy names. These little smiley balloons that kind of remind me of 90s Walmart marketing. These things. Their name is Baron von Zeppelin. A lot of enemies have complicated names, and it's really weird that they do, yet it seems to kind of be a running staple, and we'll have plenty of them to chuckle about. You there. No fun allowed. Oh, whoa, the frame rate there was kind of tanking a little bit, and it's back to tanking again. Apparently the Wii U CPU cannot handle the bounce, and that explains why we didn't get a whole lot of M-rated titles on the system. Gonna go over this way. Gonna go back. Ground pound turning into a hammer. Again, I would really hate to see what this would look like in a realistic style with all these things being made out of flesh, but, you know, we just kind of get to look the other way because it all looks cute the way that they've drawn it for us. All nice and sterile-like. I don't mean that in a bad way. Nah. You didn't know that I like the art style to this. I clearly had to specify it, otherwise you might be a little bit unsure. And whoop! Flip around to the other side. I love that seamless presentation, and you see it a lot. However, about that, these seamless transitions and the levels fitting together and all that stuff, it's not the case in the 3DS version of Yoshi's Woolly World. I do want to state right now that we will be playing the 3DS version as it does have exclusive content not found in this one, but whenever we don't need to be playing that version, we're going to be on the Wii U since it has the nicer presentation and just generally looks good with all of its HD-ness. I like it a lot, and I do think that it's really weird. I do think from a presentation standpoint, absolutely play the Wii U version, yet it is technically the incomplete version of the game, and they never patched it, so I don't know which version I would suggest. They both have pluses and minuses, and there's not really one definitive one. Behind the mystery game show door, Umbrella Yoshi. The umbrella is made of flesh. You press A to catch breezes to deploy the umbrella, or suck it back in. You can essentially fly around after catching some wind. It's a pretty creative transformation, and not exactly the first pick I would have for something for Yoshi to completely transform into. In any sort of transformation section, no health. Getting hit is irrelevant. It just wastes time, and the point is getting to the end, collecting as much stuff as you can along the way, while not running out of time. There you saw, didn't have any hearts appear. Does not hurt your rank whatsoever. Technically invincible, like umbrellas are known for being. Grab these, trying to be efficient with that. So much for being, well, I don't know, they kind of flew right into me, so if there was ever a time to not be completely efficient, that was it. That is, no, you are getting every bead. No bead left behind movement. I stand up for you. And there that is. These contain lots and lots of beads. If you're feeling a little bit lazy bones, no problem with hitting those with an egg. We'll lay another one. Hop on over. Collecting all of the Shy Guy colors of the rainbow. That gives me that. We can hit those with our noggin and go into the secret door. And I gotta say, one of the things that I like about Yoshi a lot and why I recommend it like just so highly as a series is that it's as hard or as easy as you want it to be. If you're looking for challenge, 100% it. You will get what you're looking for. You gotta get creative because there's so much density to these levels, so many collectibles. Counting those Miiverse stamps, that is 30 collectibles per stage and without getting hit. Yet, if that's not your thing and you just want a casual, nice, happy time through a colorful world of cute critters, you can have that too. And it's not difficult whatsoever. It's just kind of nice and easy. Like, I do kind of question the reasoning behind even needing an easy mode when you could just choose not to collect stuff, but I guess maybe for completionists who suck at games, it appeals to them too, being sort of that middle crowd that gets left out. That's the best theory I got. Hopping on this, sprung it on over. No. Come on. I want to eat the ground. It's very high in fiber. I wonder if dirt and yarn have similar nutritional value. Adding that to the list of questions nobody else has ever asked in the history of time. Hopping on here, hopping on there, hopping on over where, and then up, over, and gone. That is 19 out of 21. I missed another flower. Is this going to be a trend where I always miss the last flower out of the where was that? Down here? I'm pretty sure it would have to be down here, because where else would it be? Oh, that Shy Guy's sleeping spot was a hint. I'm sorry, all I saw was death. I didn't see life within death. I deserve that. Off we go! No. Whoop! There it is! And at the end of this level, something that I'd like to leave you with, this result screen that's about to unravel, it's somebody's stolen pants. Seriously, they are jean shorts pinned to the wall right there with the studs that are used to hold the pockets in place. It's a belt loop and 2 pant legs. It is somebody's stolen pants that the Yoshis repurposed for their result screen. This really is a trend. I miss one flower, I go back for it, I get hit, don't finish with full health. And I missed one Miiverse stamp, so technically I'm getting actually worse with each progressive level. It does not bode well for me. Okay. We can also use our eggs. If you want to aim up right away, just hold up. Very nice shortcut. There is motion aiming in this as well if you want to play with a Wiimote or any other motion controller, though I don't recommend it. I don't like having to hold the controller vertically while pressing buttons for how often shooting up is helpful. Not a fan of it. It would otherwise be good, just not wild about it because of that one thing. And speaking of ways to aim, I never talked about patient versus hasty. In hasty, hold the button and release it to throw an egg, whereas in patient, pressing the button twice is necessary. And with 2 levels down, we get a new power badge. Not gonna tell us what it is? You're gonna make me do that? Fine. You're a lazy game, aren't you? Knitted treetop Yoshi back together. Ooh. Is that the level I think it is? I didn't think that was coming up already, but is it? Is it? Oh, no, it's not. Sponge Cave Spelunking. We are gonna save Spelunking as a treetop Yoshi, what could possibly go wrong, for next time. Next time on Yoshi's Woolly World, we're going to save the spelunking for then. See you guys then.